Super dry beer embodying the refreshing taste of modern Japan. Go beyond the expected. Ohtani stepping in. Dodgers in their traveling road grays. Brewers in their cream-colored home uniforms. Brewers across the chest in blue and gold. The roof is mostly open today. Explain that as we go along. This retractable roof stadium that is 25 years old. And the 14-year veteran left-hander, Jose Quintana, out of Colombia. 36 years old, getting ready to throw the game's first pitch. He winds, kicks, and deals. And Ohtani takes inside ball one, and we're underway at 1:10 in the afternoon Central Time. 73 degrees here. Time and temp brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Quintana's next offer, the 1-0. He's over the plate for a strike. Quintana making his 13th start. He is 2-2 in 5 home starts for Milwaukee. The kick, the 1-1. And Ohtani looks at it outside off the plate. Shohei hitting .281. 31 home runs. That's a Dodger record before the All-Star break. Hit his 31st to lead off the ball game last night. 2-1 pitch. Swings and hits it hard on the ground, foul, past first.
Well, Quintana not overpowering with a fastball. 91. He's going to top out right around maybe 92, but does throw a lot of breaking stuff. And that curveball, by the way, throws it 1 out of every 4 pitches, and it's been effective. Just a 148 average against the hook this year.
Quintana squared up to the plate. Contreras catching for the 3rd straight game. Here's the pitch. The breaking ball is cut on, fouled off of Contreras. He couldn't catch it, and Ohtani remains alive. Shohei with 88 runs scored in the first half. And we call it the half. It's really not a half. We're well past the halfway mark at 81 games. This is game number 94. But this is the remaining game here in Milwaukee with 3 to go before the All-Star break. And a 2-2 pitch to Ohtani from Quintana. Shohei swings and fouls it on the ground wide of first again.
So we've seen the sinker, the four-seamer, the slurve or the breaking ball, the curveball, and now the changeup. And the changeup is a very good one, although it's been hit rather well so far, over a 300 average against him this year.
Ohtani awaits the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes from Quintana. And he looks at it low and away for ball 3. Shohei is hitting .302 against left-handed pitchers. That's a career best for him so far. 6 of his 31 home runs have come off lefties. Payoff pitch. He is swung on and bounced foul wide of first.
Just looking at the Chourio in center field. It is the most drastic shift that we have seen against Ohtani this year. Chourio is playing over in left center field. He's the center fielder, but he's in left center. We have not seen a center fielder that far over the opposite way yet.
How about the size of the gap between Chourio and the right fielder, Frelick?
And Frelick is about 110 feet off the foul line and right.
3-ball, 2-strike pitch from Quintana to Shohei Ohtani. Swings and fouls it away up in the air to the third base side. Now with the roof partially closed here, the Brewers have found that for these 110 games it makes sense to close the roof on the right side of the stadium, on the first base side. Not completely, but almost all the way. I'd say maybe 70% on the right side to control the shadows. 3-2 pitch. Ohtani waves and misses at the slur, and he strikes out.
Took 10 pitches, but that's the breaking ball. And again, that breaking ball, the curveball, just a 148 average against it.
Well, you don't pitch for 14 years in the big leagues without figuring out how to get good hitters out. And Jose Quintana's done that over and over. One down, nobody on, and Mookie Betts hitting .249. Batting from the right side, and he'll take a strike.
Well, the big thing with partially closing the roof is that home plate's in shadow, the mound's in shadow, second base is in shadow, straightaway center, and then the backdrop also. So it's more conducive for hitters seeing the baseball.
0-1 pitch, ground ball to short. Right there, Joey Ortiz sets his feet, throws across in time to get Mookie. 2 down.
Not a bag of laughs as far as the sun and the shadows for the left fielder or the center fielder, with the Chourio playing way over into left center. He's in the shadow. If you play straightaway center, he could be pretty much in the shadows.
And the shortstop Ortiz playing right on the edge of the shadow. He's standing in sunshine, but he moves a foot to his left. He's in the shadow. The third baseman Caleb Durbin playing deep, little off the line at third. He is in bright sunshine as Will Smith stands in and takes a strike. Well, with a 6-game hitting streak, .332 average. Will still one of the best hitters in baseball. 12 home runs, 45 runs batted in. His batting average leading the National League again at .332. Takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Will Smith. Smith had the night off last night. He was on deck when the game ended. The Dodgers were going to send him up had Michael Conforto reached, and Will would have represented the tying run in the ninth, but never got to the plate. 1-1 to Smith, who skipped in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Quintana tried to throw a changeup up there, came in low.
We've seen a curveball and back-to-back changeups the first 3 pitches of this at bat.
2 balls, 1 strike, and the wind in the pitch. And Will swings, hits it on the nose to center field and deep. Chourio back, and right on the edge of the warning track, he hauls in a deep line drive off the bat of Will Smith. Dodgers go in order in the top of the first inning. 1-2-3. Tyler Glasnow makes his return to the mound when we come back after a half inning. It's the Dodgers.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
To be in the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
Glasnow's last outing in the big leagues, April 27th against Pittsburgh. It was just 1 inning, and he left and was diagnosed with shoulder inflammation. That kept him out for over 2 months. His first pitch back, he slings one in for a strike call to the left-handed hitter. Frelick hitting .293. Homered in the 8th inning last night. And the pitch to him is it's right there, top of the strike zone. Called strike 2. That was a borderline pitch. It went Glasnow's way. The Santa Clarita product will fire home, and he fires it way up high. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, just rushed that breaking ball. Didn't give it a chance really to work. So one thing about it, the first couple of pitches. First one was at 96. Next one was at 97. The velocity's there.
Here's the next offer. That's up and away.
Back-to-back curveballs that he just rushed him in really overpowering him. to where it's not even giving you a chance to break.
2-2 pitch to Freeland. That is gunned right down the middle at 97. Strike 3 call. Just about knee high. Good pitch from Glasnow. And he starts his return with a strikeout. 1 away, and here's William Contreras. Brewers catcher hitting .243. Contreras, right-handed batter, looking out at Glasnow. Glasnow shrugs his shoulders. Now the big leg kick and the pitch down low, ball 1. At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, groundbreaking research meets world-class expertise and treatment. U.S. News and World Report once again has named CHLA the #1 hospital in California. Learn more today at chla.org. Strike delivered with another fastball. This one on the outer half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Their last heater at 98.
Pitch is pumped in high for a ball, 2-1. Dave Roberts was asked how he'll manage Glasnow today, and he said no different than anybody else. He wants to be aggressive with him. Feels he's ready to go. And a 2-1 swung on and hit up in the air, foul from first base side, and that'll be up in the seats. I'm not sure if there's a governor on him today or a pitch count or what, but they given the indication, talking to the skipper earlier, that they're just going to let him go and see how it goes today. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball missed outside. Tried a slider. Count goes full, 3-2 to Contreras. Contreras from Venezuela. Steps out, gets time from home plate umpire DJ Rayburn. Here comes the stretch by Glasnow, his 3-2. Swung on ground ball to short. 2 hops for Mookie Betts. Sidearm throw to first. It's offline, but Freddie's there to grab it and tag Contreras in the chest for out number 2. 2 gone.
I tell you what, that's a very impressive opening. I mean, 97, 98 as far as the velocity, but we've not seen. Remember, he missed the second and third pitches that he threw in this game. Curveballs tried to overpower. We've not seen him revisit the curve. We've seen the slider.
Glasnow now will face Jackson Chourio, the center fielder. 2 down, base is empty. No score in the first. There's a fastball at 98 right by him. That was one of those good old country fastballs. He threw it right down the middle and said, see what you can do with it. Challenged him. 0-1 pitch from Glasnow. Fires one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Important to get Glasnow back in this rotation. That goes without saying. And important to have him ready to go. Dave Roberts talked about dependability. And slider up high for a ball, 2-1. He was asked what he expects out of Glasnow now, and he said he expects dependability, meaning he needs him to pitch, he needs him to pitch well, and he needs him to stay healthy. 2-1 pitch. Missed outside, 3-1.
It's a wonderful word, dependability. That Dave Roberts has not had really a pitching staff to depend upon, having used to this point already 35 different pitchers.
3-1 pitch to Jackson Chourio. Fouled back, and it's 3-2.
But of those 35, Tim, we keep keeping track of guys that are coming back. So Glasnow's back. We've seen Sheehan come back. They're getting closer and closer. Blake Snell is getting closer.
Full count on Jackson Chourio. 2 outs, base is empty. Out of the stretch at all times. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swung on ground ball, just a little wide of first base. Foul. They talk about innings. The Dodgers have gotten a major league low. 420 1/3 innings from their starting rotation as of this moment. And a major league high, 409 1/3 innings from the bullpen. Payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled back. And a bullpen note today. kind of important to note that in order to get Tyler Glasnow back off the 60-day IL and back on the 40-man roster and back on the active roster, they had to make 2 moves today. Michael Kopech was placed on the 60 to create a spot on the 40. And then Alexis Diaz, who was here yesterday, was sent back to Oklahoma City. There's a swing and a fly ball deep to right field. Pages going back to the track, and in front of the wall, he makes the catch. And Tyler Glasnow back on the hill, puts up a 1-2-3.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go try an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with rap.
Motors broadcast booth.
Now the second inning, no score. Freddie Freeman to lead off, Andy Pages, and then Tommy Edman to follow against Jose Quintana. And Quintana looking in at Freeman. Freeman looking to get back to Freddie Freeman-like at bats as he takes the ball low and away, ball 1. Freddie hitting .303 overall. 10 home runs, 47 runs batted in, but his last 33 games he's hitting only .206 with 1 home run. 1-0 pitches outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Freeman looking out at the left-hander. Quintana winds, kicks, deals, and Freddie swings and misses at a sinker. Top of the second inning, brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. 2-1 pitch to Freeman now. And Freddie looks at a strike on the outside half.
Right where Contreras had the target set up.
And a 2-2 offer coming from Jose Quintana. Way outside, that'll fill the count, 3-2. Freeman and then Andy Pages on deck. Shortstop Ortiz playing up the middle for Freeman. Now wind and the 3-2 pitch coming. And Freddie looks at ball 4, low and away. The Dodgers have their first base runner. And nobody out, a runner aboard. Andy Pages coming up. Dodgers have been outscored in this series 12-2. It's usually the other way around when you talk about the Dodgers. So they are in a deep valley the last week or so, looking to hit their way out of it today. And Andy swings. It's a fly ball, shallow center. Coming on is Jackson Churio, way over from left center. And he makes the catch for the out. One down.
Well, in the first two games, I mean, outscored, but the biggest problem has also been Dodgers' lack of contact. They have struck out 26 times over the first two games here.
Tommy Edman coming up. His first at bat is presented by Edmunds. Get an offer for your car. Find your next one all on Edmunds.com. Well, Tommy playing with a fractured pinky toe. Lines one into left field. That's going to be caught by a sliding Isaac Collins. Oh, he just flew right to the baseball, went into a figure four slide, and while he was sliding, reached out to his left and caught the ball hip high.
Oh, that's just a terrific catch. You know, you're looking in, you're standing in the bright sunshine, staring into the dark shadows. And it's not the easiest thing to pick the baseball immediately up off the bat, but that's a terrific catch.
2 outs. Freeman at first and Miguel Rojas up. Contreras caught the high pitch and then made a bluff down to first base. Freddie scurried back to the bag. Rojas at 240. He doubled in last night's game, went 1 for 3. His only hit of the series so far. Takes the ball low, 2-0.
Ruiz on deck with his gold shoes.
I saw those. I didn't see him with those on earlier. He was down on the field. He has another pair on. And he's got the gold shoes. And ball 3 delivered down and in.
Well, I noticed it last inning, and boy, they shine brightly in that sun out in left field.
They've got a reflective quality to them. 3-0 pitch. This one is swung on and hit high in the air to left center field, playable. Jackson Chourio, 2 steps in front of the warning track in front of the Milwaukee bullpen, will make the catch, and the Dodgers are done in the second inning. No run.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
This is a good one right here. The Padres. Little pinstripe unis. We would wear these every Thursday. When I kept it, I wanted to keep it all dirty. I always felt like if you didn't get dirty in a baseball game, you kind of didn't really play that day. So I had my pine tar there, a little dirt in the front side of it, but the brown and orange, really cool cleats. All the fans really enjoyed it as much as the players did.
Right here on the World Champion.
Score, designated hitter Christian Yelich. A 20-game on-base streak going on right now, facing Tyler Glasnow, and he slices one to left field for a base hit. First pitch, one hopper to left, and he's been on base in 21 straight games. First hit of the ball game belongs to Milwaukee. Work hard, play hard in a new Tacoma with an I-Force turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. Isaac Collins, who made that terrific play in left field to rob Tommy Edman of a hit. Switch hitter batting left. And he looks at a pitch from Glasnow down and in. Ball, no strikes.
It was 1 for 3 last night. Had an RBI single.
Rojas in on the grass at third. Middle infield looking for two. And a pitch and a two-seamer right by the hitter Collins. Swings and misses for strike one. And ball and one strike.
The Brewers winners of 3 consecutive games. The last 10 games they've gone 6-4. And they've hit 240 in their ERA, barely above 2.5 in that stretch.
Now a 1-1 pitch. Just inside. Tried the slider that time, didn't work.
They've also outscored the opponents, not by a huge margin, 15 runs, but nonetheless, trying to close the gap. They start today 2.5 behind the Cubs for the lead in Central.
2-1. Swung on, popped up foul third base side and up into the second deck. 1 on, nobody out. 2-2 to Collins.
Of course, how strange was it when the Brewers they lost Craig Counsell? He went to really the rival team, the Cubs, in Chicago.
Stretching the 2-2 pitch. Skipped in there, backhanded by Will Smith. Full count.
So he leaves. Pat Murphy, who is the bench coach, becomes the manager, and everybody saying, well, we lost our Counsell, what are we going to do? And Pat Murphy winds up as National League Manager of the Year.
And when's the last college head coach you saw go on to become a big league manager?
I know the Bobby Winkles, also at Arizona State, did.
Runner goes, and the pitch is thrown high and inside for ball 4, and now 2 men are on and nobody out. Yeah, you don't see that very often where a college head coach ends up a big league manager. For Pat Murphy, it's worked out really well for him.
Well, Murph was at Notre Dame. Then he went to Arizona State. And then he got a big break into professional baseball and then the major league level. He's a very interesting guy, and he's spent a lot of time to get here.
Bryce Turang, the second baseman. He'll take a little bit high for a ball. One 1-0 the count to Turang, born in Corona. Runners lead first and second. No score here in the bottom of the second inning. And Rojas is playing right by the cut of the grass at third. Right where it angles back out toward the infield clay. It's angled toward first base. Pitch on the inside corner, a called strike on Turang.
And when the pitch is made, Rojas has to glance to his left to see if Yelich, in fact, is remaining on the bag or maybe trying to steal.
Guys now ahead of Turang. Could really use an out here. 1-2 the count. Guys now set. Peeks back at second base. Takes a long look at Yelich. And now we'll come to the plate. That swung on, sliced down the left field line, and it's going to go foul. Count still 1-2. Glasnow made 3 rehab starts with the Oklahoma City Comets in AAA. Gave up 8 runs over 8 2/3 innings. And on Thursday in Las Vegas, allowed a 3-run home run, but threw 78 pitches and went 4 1/3. So that's as deep as he's gotten, and his rehab is into the 5th pitch. That swung on, lifted in the air to shallow right. Pages running in underneath it. He'll make a chest-high catch for out number 1. But on those rehab stints, oftentimes it's, you have a goal. How many pitches can you go? How deep in a game can you go? And then how do you feel the next day? Do you need another rehab start or not? And they stopped it at 3, and now he's back here active today. And they look at a lot of other factors as well. Plus, the guys in the minor leagues, whether it's AAA, AA, single A, when they have a big leaguer rehabbing, they get really geared up at the plate, usually. Caleb Durbin at the plate. Pickoff attempt at second base with Edman covering, and Yelich is back standing.
One thing that the Brewers have done in this series, they put the ball into play much more frequency than what the Dodgers have done. 2 games, they've struck out 10 times. Dodgers in the 2 games, 26 strikeouts.
And now Yelich breaks for third. Both runners are going. Throw down to third way too late.
Well, Yelich just kept going and going and going, and the Dodgers have not done a very good job in maintaining the base running, especially when guys taking liberties. I mean, extensive liberty. And the double steal works.
So stolen base number 14 for Yelich. For Collins, it is his 9th. Second and third, 1 out. Durbin up. 0-1 the count. Pitch. That's low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, it changes the complexion of the inning because now you cannot get the ground ball double play. The Dodgers with second and third with the 1 out play the infield back.
And a 1-1 on the way. Here it is. Swung on, fouled off to the right for strike 2. You know, Mo, that looked like that was Yelich going on his own because Collins at first base made a late break based on reading what Yelich was going to do. Some instances, throwing behind the lead runner can produce an out. But Will decided to go down to third, and the throw was way late. Big jump for Yelich. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and foul tipped and caught. It was down by the dirt.
Now first base umpire is saying, hey, wait a minute. He's saying that he saw it hit the ground.
It sounded like it hit the ground from here.
And it did. It bounced.
I know you told a good story to David Van Say in the pregame about sound. Maybe we'll get to that in a little bit. So a 1-2 pitch again to Caleb Durbin. Breaking ball up high. 2-2. There are distinct sounds you get used to over time.
And home plate umpires, there's so many of the calls you have to go off sound because your eyes cannot possibly catch a thousandth of a second.
2-2 is a fastball outside. 98 miles an hour. Count is full. 3-2. 1 out, 2 on, no score.
So this is where you really have to. I mean, this is a key out to get right here. Yes, first base is open.
And the payoff from Tyler Glasnow to Caleb Durbin. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Well, it's like a first base umpire sometimes when it's a bang-bang play. Even though he's looking at the bag, sometimes he's got to listen for the sound of the ball hitting the mitt and or the sound of the spikes hitting the bag. Rely on sound a lot in this game. Durbin steps out. Back in the right-hand batter's box. Again, Yelich at third, Collins at second. Payoff pitch from Tyler Glasnow. Here it comes. Swung on, fouled away to the right and out of play.
That would have been ball 4, elevated fastball.
So this next pitch will be the 9th of the at-bat. Eight of the 9 players defensively are in the shade now finally. Left field is the sun field. 3-2. Again swinging at a high pitch that was out of the zone and fouling it off to the right.
And Tim, we're not seeing swings and misses, which has been the pattern in all 3 games really for the Brewers. They have made very good contact. And if you look at the Dodgers, they're played the last 5 games in the loss column. Opposing teams in those 5 games in this spot, runners in scoring position have hit 380. Dodgers have hit just 133.
It's scoreless here in the bottom of the second inning, but the Brewers are threatening. 3-2 pitch to Durbin. And he throws the curveball high for ball 4, and he's loaded him up. 2 walks this inning for Tyler Glasnow. And here comes Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, out for a visit. And the visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice. So just in the second inning back off the IL, Tyler Glasnow finding himself in trouble. Still an opportunity to get out of it. If he can get a double play ball, he'll face a left-handed hitter, Jake Bowers, who's starting at first base this afternoon.
Yeah, this is a good time for conference. A lot of different reasons. The other part, too, is to give him a breather. Glasnow made just 19 pitches in the first inning. But his next pitch is going to be number 42 of the game.
Pitch count much too high for him right here.
And we look at Quintana. First inning, 16 pitches, 11 for strikes. He got 3 outs in the second inning, throwing just 5 strikes.
So Bowers out of the Huntington Beach area, up at the plate. From the left side, base is full, 1 out, no score. And now Glasnow shrugs his shoulders, kicks, fires, and it's low ball 1.
Time for a ground ball, double play, and get out of the inning.
That's the shortstop and close to the bag, but a double play depth. Edman a little deeper at second base and off the bag. Freeman deep at first. 1-0 pitch. Bowers swings, pops it up, foul, third base side, might be playable. Rojas looking at it, and right in front of the net makes the catch. Well, if that was another 6 to 8 inches to the left, it would have scraped the net on the way down. But Rojas makes the catch, and that's out number 2. It could be a big out. Now the number 9 hitter, Joey Ortiz, coming up.
Ortiz hitless in 3 at-bats last night. Did not get a ball out of the infield.
Ortiz born in Garden Grove. Yelich at third, Collins at second, Durbin at first, 2 out. And the pitch to the right-handed hitting shortstop is up high for a ball. Fastball at 96. The Dodgers had brought Landon Knack here on the taxi squad. And Knack is not active again today. Was not active last night. Pitch. And that's in there for a strike. And they brought him in the event that there might not be enough coverage for today in case Glasnow on his first start off the IL couldn't go very long. But they have decided to send Landon back to Oklahoma City. 1-1 pitch, skips in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Big pitch. You don't want to go 3-1. Hitters feel that they have an advantage in a 3-1 count. So, especially with bases loaded, because the hitters know the guy has to throw a strike on a 3-1 pitch, or it's an automatic run across at a walk.
Runners lead first, second, and third. Infield back, outfield straight up, 2 down. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch from Glasnow is right there for a strike called a sinker. A belt high over the outside third of the plate. Caught a ton of home plate.
Still the velocity's up, even though he's approaching 50 pitches. This will be 48 coming on, but we've seen 96 in this inning.
2-2. Ortiz swings and strikes out. Second strikeout of the game on the fastball. And the left fielder today. Batting from the right side against Jose Quintana. First pitch taken for a strike at the knees. No score, top of the third. Along with Rick Monday, Tim Neverett with you. Dwayne McDonald, our producer-engineer, is here. Colin Yee, our technical director, back in Burbank. 0-1 pitch. That's outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So happy you're with us today. Haven't even reached high noon in Southern California yet, so some morning baseball and getaway day here in Milwaukee. Dodgers will travel right after the game to San Francisco. 1-1 pitch, grounded foul, third base side. Dodgers will have tomorrow off in San Francisco, then begin a weekend series with the Giants on Friday. Dustin May would be the probable pitcher for the Dodgers. Logan Webb perhaps for the Giants. And then Saturday, Shohei Ohtani is going to make another start with Emmett Sheehan backing him up. And then Yoshinobu Yamamoto expected to pitch on Sunday. 1-2 is high to Ruiz. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ruiz and his gold spikes at the plate. The Dodgers really need him to get on base because he can run. He can just flat out fly. Now a 2-2 pitch from Quintana. Swung on and missed. Chased a high sinker. And Ruiz is out on strikes, 1 away. Hey, Dodger fans, listen to the game and have your favorite food delivered with Uber Eats. Just open the app, order from a local spot, and enjoy every moment of the action. Second strike into the game for Quintana. Here's James Outman. Getting the start in center field again today. And the pitch coming to James. Stands in from the left side. We'll look at a strike. Shohei Ohtani on deck.
And Outman, for the first time in a Major League game, we're seeing him wear the glasses that were fitted for him a few months ago.
We'll take another strike here, and it's 0-2.
But for those that have gone to the glasses, it does take you some time to get used to it. And then if you're going to be competing and trying to find this little baseball that travels close to 100 miles an hour, you have to feel comfortable and confident with it.
0-2, breaking ball hit on the ground right side, grabbed by the first baseman Bowers. He will toss it underhand to Quintana, covering, and a 3-1 put out, and there's 2 down.
Well, friends, you can suit up this season at MLBshop.com. That's right, you can check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and a whole lot more. So we encourage you to visit MLBshop.com for your Dodger gear and today's special offer.
Ohtani struck out on a slider in the first. 0-for-1 is Shohei. He looks out at Quintana. 2 down, nobody on, no score in the third. First pitch snapped in for a strike. For Quintana, it's his first start against the Dodgers since the National League Championship Series Game 4. He was with the Mets. 1 ball and 1 strike. He allowed 5 runs over 3 1/3 innings. Walked 4. Dodgers would win Game 4 10-2. 1-1 pitch. Strike called at the knees. And Shohei will ask for and be granted timeout as he steps out of the box with 2 strikes. 1-2, 2 out, nobody on. Quintana squared up to the plate. Now goes into his windup. The left-hander kicks, fires, and it's up high for a ball. When you look at Quintana, spent a lot of time with the White Sox coming up. That's who he debuted with back in 2012. But he also was on the north side of town for a while with the Cubs. And Ohtani reaches for one, pops it up shallow center. That ball is going to be caught by a sliding Jackson Chourio. Oh, what a play by Chourio. And the outfield defense so far in the game for the Brewers has been remarkable. As Chourio steals.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
You're listening to LA Dodgers baseball.
On top of the mountain.
On the world champion LA Dodgers Audio Network.
Top of the order up for the Brewers in the bottom of the third inning. No score. Frelick swings the first pitch. Couple of bounces near second base. Mookie Betts is there. Sidearm throw to first. And Frelick is out on one pitch. A catch in center field by Jackson Chourio, the save of the game, brought to you by Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Go blue, cut green, get a rebate for removing grass. Visit bewaterwise.com. One away. And William Contreras, the catcher, is up. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out to Betts at short, his first time up. He'll take a strike. A fastball over the outside corner, knee high. 0-1 to Contreras. No score here in the third. Contreras very late on a slider, and it's 0-2. Stretched by Glasnow. Tall right-hander. Fires home. It's a ground ball to second. Gobbling it up, Tommy Edman. He throws on to first for the out. 2 gone on 4 pitches. At AM/PM, when the Dodgers steal a base at home, you score a free hot dog and any 12-ounce Slim Coca-Cola. Redeem your free feast in the AM/PM app. Let's play ball. AM/PM, too much good stuff. Here's Jackson Chourio, 0 for 1, fly deep to right in the first. Pitch from Glasnow. Strike called outside corner. Base is empty, 2 away. And Glasnow ready to kick. Now he fires. Misses outside and low with a slider. Whatever clouds there were have cleared out. Blue sky, some white puffy clouds up above. Half the roof closed here. Pitch swung on, fouled back. And the big panels they have in right and left center field are windows, essentially. Those have been wide open. Getting a lot of good circulation of fresh air in here today. Now a 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call to the outside corner with a curveball. A 7-pitch inning for Tyler Glasnow. And he sets them down in order. We go to the 4th in Milwaukee. It's the Dodgers 0.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
Dodgers baseball.
Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. Say I'm enough.
Mookie Betts to lead off the fourth inning. No score here in Milwaukee. The correction on one number. That was an 8-pitch inning, not a 7-pitch inning for Tyler Glasnow. Either way, really good.
And we saw a good breaking ball in the final pitch. Remember in the first inning, he had difficulty overthrowing the curveball. So he looked much more in sync in the third inning.
Here's the wind from the lefty, Jose Quintana, the pitch. That is up high, ball one. That's 0 for 1, grounded to short in the first. Brewers have taken the first 2 games of this series. Dodgers trying to salvage a game and not get swept. They've never been swept here in Milwaukee. Ever. 2 balls, no strikes to Mookie. Now the wind and the pitch by Quintana. That is on the inside edge of the plate, taken for a strike. The Brewers have swept the Dodgers before, but it was in Dodger Stadium in 2014. 2-1 pitch. And Mookie swings, hits a ground ball to short. One handing it there is Ortiz. Throws on to first to get Mookie by a lot. 1 down.
Well, looking ahead, you can celebrate Dodger legend Fernando Valenzuela on the 19th. That's against these Milwaukee Brewers. First 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a special Fernando bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Come on out. It's going to be a fun time. Dodgers.com/promotions.
Mookie now 1 for 10 in the series, and the only hit he had was an infield single in the 6th last night. Here's Will Smith with 1 out, and the base is empty. He'll take a strike. Now Smith is 0 for 1. 6-game hitting streak for Will. Fly to center his first time up. He swings, fouls it back to the screen.
Well, one thing the Dodgers have done better today than each of the first 2 games is make more contact. 2 strikeouts today, 26 over the first 2 games. Hopefully it's going to pay off, but they need some runners.
Now the wind, the kick, and the 0-2 to Will Smith is low. Trying to breaking ball had missed. No, that's a subject too that Dave Roberts addressed in the dugout prior to the game today, saying he's been not really thrilled with the number of strikeouts. Knows they need to cut down on strikeouts. Try to extend innings, build innings. There's a ground ball to the right side. Shuffle step to his glove side left is Bryce Terang. He throws on to first, and Smith is out, 2 away. And Freddie Freeman will come up with 2 men out. Still a scoreless game here in the top of the 4th inning.
Well, there's a lot of different metrics that go into really the last 5 games we talked about. Okay, they've been outscored, but the Dodgers in 5 games have 30 at-bats with runners in scoring position. Okay, that doesn't sound bad. The opposing teams have had 50 in those 5 games.
Freddie walked his first time up and was stranded. He will look at a slurve off the plate outside.
So my point being is a number of opportunities. And then this Dodger ball club, for whatever reason, has not been making the contact that consistently is normal.
There's the kick, the 1-0. Freddie lays off the high pitch, check swing. They appeal down to third base umpire John Libka, who agrees that he didn't go, and it's 2-0. Libka, by the way, graded out pretty high behind the plate last night, 95%. Calling balls and strikes. 2-0. And Freddie hits it on the ground right side. Again, 2 steps to his glove side left is Terang. He'll pick it up. 3 ground balls for the Dodgers, 2, 3, 4 hitters, and they go.
Boomer is the dog. Then he looked good. And just followed his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
And out of the stretch is the tall right-hander out of Hart High School in Santa Clarita. He delivers ball one low on a sinker ball to Christian Yelich. 1-0 the count.
That's the Brewers' only hit off of Glasnow, and it's Yelich's only hit ever off of Glasnow.
That's right. He was 0 for 9 against Glasnow
with 5 punch-outs.
1 ball, 1 strike, and foul ball. Yelich has been on base in 21 straight games. 1-1 pitch. It is swung on, and that is strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Yelich. Glasnow entering his 4th inning of work now. And the 1-2. He went with a breaking ball that was low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are affiliated stations. An ID here in just a moment. We'll get to that. 2-2 the count now, the pitch. And Yelich takes one very close, borderline up on top of the zone. Call the ball. It's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Brewers half of the 4th. And the payoff pitch from Glasnow swung on, fouled away. Let's pause 10 seconds for Station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
3-2 pitch to Yelich. Swinging a ground ball right back to Glasnow. He runs over to first, cuts down the distance on the short underhand throw to Freddie Freeman for out number 1.
I think a good sign also, Tim, is the fact that Glasnow, that pitch was at 97. Here we are in the 4th inning. Coming back off the injured list with the shoulder issue. And the fact that he's maintained the velocity is a very good sign.
Glasnow rubbing up the baseball. He'll face Isaac Collins, batting left-handed. Switch hitter takes a strike. It's 0-1. Against Milwaukee, Glasnow is 0-2 in 7 appearances and 3 prior starts. Ground ball slowly hit to the right side. Freeman will grab it. Quick toss to Glasnow covering. He just got there.
Nicely done on both sides of the baseball. Freeman was going to have to pick that ball up. I think Glasnow was thinking about trying to reach down and grab it on his way to first base to cover. He let it go by. Freeman picked it up immediately. Had to make the toss. And for Glasnow, caught the ball, put his foot on the bag in time.
Glasnow might have stepped out of his shoe or something. He's being given a little time to untie his spike. He's out there with one shoe on, one shoe off, and now he'll get his right spike back on, go down to a knee, and start to tighten it up and tie it up. So he'll take his time doing that. And that's actually one of the things I'm surprised we haven't seen more of from pitchers who are looking for a little bit of a break from the pitch clock is to tie their shoes more often.
Yeah.
Go down and check them at least. Maybe accidentally untie them.
Yeah. I think back to the story of Maury Wills telling me years and years ago in his great career game in Cincinnati where they had to win. Frank Robinson was the batter. It was the 9th inning. And the tying and go-ahead runs were on. He says the game was getting ahead of him. He called time to tie his shoe. He says there was nothing wrong with my shoelaces. I needed to take a moment, breathe, and let the game catch up to me. Not me catch up to the game.
Glasnow back up on top of the hill. Climbed up on the first base slope and now ready to throw to Bryce Turang. Turang 0 for 1, flying to right in the 2nd inning. He swings the first pitch, line drive, base hit right field. 2-out single for Turang. Just the second hit allowed by Glasnow this afternoon. And the batter will be Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, who walked his first time up. So 2 outs, a man aboard. In the second inning, Glasnow got in a little bit of trouble. He loaded the bases, but worked his way out of it. Last inning, an 8-pitch inning for 3 outs. Got the first 2 here. Now a man aboard. Durbin showed bunt. And the pitch a strike. 0-1. Turang leads at first base, held on by Freddie Freeman. Turang with 17 stolen bases, by the way. He's been thrown out 7 times. So he's not afraid to try it. And the Brewers have run quite a bit this season. 1-1 pitch to the right-handed hitting Durbin. He will swing and miss. Couldn't hold up. And a 3/4 swing results in strike 2.
Better sliders we've seen from Glasnow today.
Turang leads at first base. Glasnow set. The right-hander's pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Came back with the slider and struck him out. That'll be the 4th strikeout of the afternoon for
some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs. And then next day, I got to eat arepa with eggs. So my mom make it for me. And then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindo.
Is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Find out more at Yamava.com.
No score. Dodgers looking for their first hit of the ball game as we go to the 5th inning, and Quintana turns, deals to Andy Pages. It's outside, ball 1. Well, we're in top of the 5th inning. We don't usually get to the no-hitter talk until it gets a little more serious in the 6th, typically. But again, the Dodgers looking for one. And just so you know, there is no broadcaster's jinx. I think we'll bring that up now. But you're probably hoping it would work the other way for Milwaukee. But 1 ball, 1 strike to Andy Pages.
If there was a jinx you could do, we would start with the very first batter of the game when the other team is pitching.
Now the kick in the 1-1. Andy lines it foul down the right field side. I mean, the thing about it is it's that's a thing for the fans. That's a thing for the dugout. It's not a thing for the announcers, because if you don't tell the folks that there's a no-hitter going on, you're not telling the story. And that has been going on with Dodger broadcasts for a long time. They'll tell you what's going on. And we continue that tradition. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pages 0 for 1, fly to center field. The pitch. He swings and strikes out of the changeup.
He doubled up on the changeups.
3rd strikeout for Jose Quintana. Well, this Brewers pitching staff that we have seen during this series, Freddie Peralta 2 nights ago, last night, Jacob Mizorowski, oh my goodness, they're still talking about him today.
And for good reason.
Well, plus the guys that came out of the bullpen. Tommy Edman grounds one foul past third.
Well, that was a good pitching matchup last night. Mazeroski and Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw tagged with a loss in spite of the fact just 2 runs and only 6 hits. Mazeroski's 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits. Boy, for a hard thrower, he threw strikes, Mazeroski. Well, so did Kershaw for that matter.
And all throughout the game yesterday, all the Dodgers saw was gas from the Brewers pitchers. 0-1 to Edman, taken for a strike. In fact, when you look at the guys that pitched yesterday after Mazeroski, Jared Koenig, Abner Uribe, and Trevor McGill, the closer, all as the ball was hit better than that, goes back and makes the catch in front of the warning track for out number 2.
As an outfielder, that's where your heart rate increases in a hurry. You come in and go, oh no.
That never happened to you, but you heard about it, right?
No, you can hear your heartbeat.
Another one of the sounds in baseball. Well, Cherry will move over toward left center field. Miguel Rojas, right-handed hitting third baseman. He'll take strike 1.
It is amazing sometimes during competition of things that you will say to yourself, silently and aloud.
And the 0-1 pitch. I'd ask you to give us an example, but I know you can't.
I just did, silently.
Silently? Yeah, right. In center field, you can have a lot of talks with yourself. Nobody can hear you.
But you know what? You can hear them.
They remind you about a lot of things, especially what they think of you when you're on the road, right? 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, and the pitch to Rojas. And that is outside for a ball. Count goes to 3-1. The Dodgers got to get a hit. That's the understatement of the day so far. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And it's outside, ball 4. Second base runner. Freeman was walked in the second inning. And now a 2-out walk issued to Rojas. And that'll bring up Ruiz, the left fielder. See the news today from baseball, Mark.
Well, there's a lot of news in baseball every day.
From Major League Baseball today. In the All-Star game, if you haven't seen the automatic ball strike system, a lot of people like to refer to it as the robo-ump. Well, then I recommend you watch the All-Star game, because baseball announced today that they will be using the ABS system in the All-Star game. And if you haven't seen it, if you didn't watch any of our spring training games, which we hope you watched as many as you could, we showed it to you then.
I think it's a great stage to do it, because it's a preview of what is going to eventually take place during the regular season.
And a great place for baseball to kind of demonstrate it. I've been using it in the minor leagues for a few years now. Ruiz, big cut and a miss at a sinker. No balls, 1 strike. Right side of the infield is open. Bowers, the first baseman, holding Rojas over there. Pitch. Swinging a ball tapped foul at the plate into the glove of Contreras. It's strike 2 to Esteury Ruiz. James Outman waiting on deck. No score here in the 5th. Just 2 hits in the game. They both belong to Milwaukee. There goes Rojas for second base, and a ground ball into center, a base hit. Rojas around second on his way to third. He'll be held there. So the run and hit works out. And Ruiz gets the first hit of the day for the Dodgers.
Oh, the second baseman, Terrain, covering the bag. That ball was hit exactly the area that Terrain had just departed.
James Outman a chance to change the score here. He grounded out to first in the 3rd inning, 0 for 1. Got some room up the middle of the right side of second base. And Quintana sends a pitch home, and Outman takes a strike. Ohtani is on deck. One of the big reasons for the number 9 hitter in the Dodger order to keep the line moving. Get on base somehow, any way you can. Pitch outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think if you have any thoughts about Ruiz over first base taking off, Contreras, the catcher, has a very strong throwing arm. Would he throw through? But Ruiz did not read that last move to home plate.
He can steal bases. I mean, he was the American League stolen base king a couple years ago. Kansas City. He had some time with Oakland.
Bigger lead this time.
Ruiz off first. The lefty Quintana set to go. 1-1 pitch to Outman. There goes Ruiz for second base. Pitches outside for a ball. Yep. No throw, and it's a stolen base for Ruiz. The Dodgers have 2 men in scoring position.
I did not think they would throw through because at third baseman Durbin well off the bag. They're going for defense right now and trying to stop the run. I mean, it makes sense. This scoreless game, and here we are in the 5th inning.
A really good jump off a left-handed pitcher too. He had a good head start. Now the pitch to Outman. Swing and a miss at a slurve. That ball just kept on gliding outside and avoided the bat path of Outman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 out. Stretched by Quintana in the pitch. Outside, 3-2.
Everybody in the ballpark looking to see who's on deck. Shohei Ohtani.
Jose Quintana set at the belt. The left-hander's payoff pitch to Outman. Outside, ball 4. He checked his swing and appealed out to third, confirmed it, and the bases are loaded for Ohtani. Well, the catcher Contreras tried to sell it. He was running over to the first base dugout. And now a visit from the Milwaukee pitching coach. I think this is the first pitching coach visit this series, if I remember right. They've had such good starting pitching, they really haven't had to have any of these, if any.
Dodgers got a break. As that was a check swing that, quite frankly, is going to be called a lot. Pat Murphy, the manager of the Brewers from the first base dugout, is kind of motioning down to the third base umpire John Lipkin.
You know, we were talking about the ABS technology being demonstrated in the All-Star game. There is another piece of technology that baseball has been experimenting with to determine check swings. Far from ready to be implemented in big league games, and we haven't even seen it in the minor league games yet, which is the testing ground. But told before the season by the folks at Major League Baseball that is also on the way. 2 down, bases full, no score. Here's Ohtani, third time up. He's 0 for 2. Takes up high, 1 ball, and no strikes to Shohei. Ohtani waits for the 1-0. Here it comes. And he lets it go inside for ball 2. Sinker down low and in. Dodgers with a 2-out threat in a scoreless game. Rojas at third base. Ruiz is at second and Outman at first. 2-0 pitch coming to Shohei Ohtani from Jose Quintana. And it is inside and low, ball 3. And the Dodgers just 1 ball away from taking the lead.
Ohtani, he's not going to get a take sign. He may take it on his own if he does not like the location of the pitch. It's got to be picture perfect.
The 3-0 pitch to Shohei is up high, ball 4, and the Dodgers have taken a 1-0 lead as Quintana walks in the go-ahead run. His third walk of the inning. Rojas comes in to score. Ruiz moves to third. Outman over to second. And here comes Mookie Betts with an opportunity to get something done here. Told you 1 for 10 in the series. Mookie looking out at Quintana. Bases loaded, 2 down. Pitch. He swings, hits a high fly ball, shallow right over by the line. Frelick will get underneath it. He's looking up into the ceiling in the right field side and makes the catch. And the Dodgers leave him loaded, but they get a run. On 1 hit, they leave 3.
Disseminated without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Tyler Glasnow pitching with a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jake Bauers, the first baseman, left-handed hitter, leads off for the Brewers. Pitch outside for a ball. Well, how about that inning offensively? The Dodgers took what they were given. 3 walks. Got 1 hit, and the recipient of the hit was Ruiz. Bauers shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes the ball low.
Well, it pays to have a discerning eye, and all of a sudden, Quintana had been kind of cruising along. Only 52 pitches through 4 innings, but he winds up completing after the 5th inning. 80 pitches now he's up to.
2-0 pitch, fired in for a strike. Bauers popped up foul to Rojas at third in the 2nd inning. We'll look at a pitch down and away, now 3-1.
Yeah, we might be seeing the start of something else. Because how many times the last number of years we talk about the Dodgers being patient, being selective, getting walks.
3-1. Missed inside and a leadoff walk. Just what Glasnow did not want to give up here after getting a 1-0 lead.
Yeah. And the counter argument is that's not good. A 1-run game, a leadoff walk in the bottom of the order? No.
This will bring up Joey Ortiz, the 9-hitter, who struck out with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning. In on the grass at third is Rojas. Ortiz looks at a pitch up high for ball 1.
And Dodgers get action in their pen.
Middle infield playing for 2.
And it's Vesia.
1 ball, no strike pitch from Tyler Glasnow. Swung on and missed. He pushed a 2-seamer right past him. Ball and strike. Dodgers 1 run, 1 hit. Brewers no runs, 2 hits. Hits and runs tough to come by, especially for the Dodgers in this series. There goes a runner. Big jump, and that's a break from Glasnow as the pitch is fouled off to the right by Ortiz. He never looked at first, and Bauers just took off.
Well, whether it's a one-run game or any game for that matter, if you're not going to pay attention to a runner that can run even a little bit. It's already been one double steal. That was back in the second inning.
Bowers is 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts. 1-2 pitch. That's outside, and a really good stop with the backhand out of the dirt by Will Smith.
I'll tell you what, that was fabulous. That ball bounced in the dirt, and Smith had to reach out as far as he could to backhand the ball and picked it clean.
Not an easy play. 2-2 to Ortiz. And he looks at strike 3 as the sinker was above the knees down the middle. And Ortiz strikes out for the second time. One down, back to the top of the order. Sal Frelick, the hitter. Frelick out of Boston College. He was a teammate in the same year at Boston College as the Dodgers' Emmett Sheehan.
Balk.
And a balk is called. Pitch was a strike. Too bad, but there'll be no pitch here as the runner goes to second base on the balk by Glasnow.
Trying to keep the runner a little bit closer. Did not come to, as the rule book says, a complete and discernible stop.
Tying run in scoring position, 1 out. Glasnow peeks back at second base and out of the stretch, delivers home. The runner goes for third. Pitch swung on and missed. Throw down is in the dirt and past third into left field, and this will be a tie game.
Well, you might as well go for the full windup if you're not going to pay attention to runners. And just a huge jump and a bad throw down to third.
There'll be a throwing error on Will Smith. And it's a 1-1 game here in Milwaukee. You know, looking at the runner and holding him are two different things. And even though Glasnow looked back at second base, and we can see it from here, once he looks back to the plate, that's when the runners are taking off.
Yep.
Because they know he's not going to look back again. There's a swing and a fly ball to left field. Ruiz runs in and makes the catch, and Frelick is out. 2 down.
And that's just basic stuff. If you're going to do the same timing, the same pattern, guess what? Runners catch on to it. It's like a hitter getting a pitcher's pitch. Now as a runner, you're basically getting their cadence, their pitch, if you will.
2 away, base is empty. William Contreras, the catcher, 0 for 3. Grounded out twice, swings, fouls it up in the air to the right, and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Now the running Brewers. By putting the runner in motion, stirred things up, and they ended up with a run out of it.
It took some unusual ways to get it, but again, leadoff walks, they score over 30% of the time.
1-1 pitch. Swinging a grounder to short, charged by Betts from the lip of the infield grass. Sidearm throw to first, and it's on time to get Contreras. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, nobody left on base. We go to the 6th inning. It's the Dodgers 1, Brewers 1.
like build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here. Like, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to like take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, like, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Give us any chance, we'll take it. With any rule, we'll break it.
Top of the 6th inning, Dodgers 1, Brewers 1. Will Smith to lead off. He's 0 for 2 today. Fly to center in the first, grounded out to second in the 4th. And Jose Quintana, the left-handed starter, still in there for the Brewers. Throws a curveball in there for a strike. Well, at .329, 12 home runs, 45 runs batted in. There's the 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's one other game going on right now in the big leagues. It started late. Over in Chicago, the White Sox leading the Blue Jays 2-1. They're in the bottom of the 5th. Giants getting ready to play the Phillies this afternoon in San Francisco. There's a strike. See how their game ended last night?
Yep.
Patrick Bailey, an inside the park walk-off home run off the angled brick wall in right center field. 1-2 pitch. Swung out, and this one is hit well to center field. Turns around Churio, but he's planted himself in front of the warning track and makes the catch and retires Will for the second time. Will now 0 for 3 in the game.
Well, in that Giants game, it was the first inside the park home run, walk-off home run by a catcher since 1926, which is not exactly a household name. Benny Tate did it.
Strike call to Freeman. The great Benny Tate?
The great Benny Tate. So 99 years.
But there were 2 inside the park home runs in Major League Baseball last night. One of them led off a game, or at least the first inning, for the Athletics in West Sacramento. They batted in the bottom of the first, and Lawrence Butler had an inside the park home run. So both teams in Northern California each had one at the beginning and one at the end.
One of them was in a Major League ballpark. Just saying.
Which one?
The team that does not have a city attached to its name now.
Now a 1-2 pitch to Freddie Freeman coming. He swings and hits it a long way foul down the left field side, and it's going to curl into the seats. Yeah, the A's were playing a little home run derby last night. Except the Braves didn't want to play with them, so they ended up blowing them out like, what, 10-1? I think last night, or 11-1, something like that. There's a 1-2 pitch, and Freddie rips it foul on the ground past first. Padres had a 1-0 win last night at home against the Diamondbacks. They hung on to win that one. So both the Giants and Padres picked up a game on the Dodgers last night. Now a 1-2 to Freeman. He swings and hits it out of the catcher's mid-foul. Still 1-2 to Freddie. Freddie walked and grounded to second. 0 for 1 today. And the Dodgers will play the Giants in San Francisco Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then the All-Star break. And the Dodgers are back home against these same Brewers on the 18th of July. We have the Brewers and the Twins in. And a swing and a miss at a fastball. And Freddie strikes out, and his midsummer woes still continue.
This computer thing and the internet, I think it's going to catch on. As I looked up Benny Tate. Again, Bailey, the first inside the park walk-off home run in 99 years. Benny Tate played 10 years. Guess how many home runs he had in his career? 4. And one of them a walk-off inside the park home run.
In what years? 20s? 1920s?
It was in 20. Tate started in 24.
So it was in the live ball era.
Yeah, and played till 34.
Live ball era began in 1920.
Not exactly a power hitter.
Nothing in one to Andy Pages. Andy takes inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So now you've learned more than you ever thought you would know about the great Benny Tate. 1-1 pitch. Swung on. That's belted toward the gap in left center field. It's going to get down for a hit. 1 hop. Jackson Chourio cuts it off, and he holds Andy Pages to a very long single.
You know, more and more scouts are coming up to us as Pat Murphy, the manager, is going to make a trip out to the mound. But the scouts just raving about Pages, and for very good reason. He has really, I think, blossomed and learned strike zone to begin with, contact to begin with, and then what he has done from a defensive standpoint. He's really matured quickly.
Well, Pat Murphy's going to leave Quintana in. Manager comes out. He does not make the change. Checks on Quintana, who's got 94 pitches right now. And the veteran lefty, he left it up to him. Said, "How you doing?" Quintana said, "I'm good to go," and that was good enough for Murphy. So he's back in the dugout, and Quintana using the rosin bag on the back slope of the mound.
Quintana, next pitch will be number 95.
Tommy Edman will come up to the plate. Switch hitter, about right-handed. He's 0 for 2. Robbed of a hit by the left fielder, Isaac Collins, who snared a sinking line drive with a foot-first sliding grab in the second. And Tommy flied to center field in the 5th. 2:37.
Home plate umpire DJ Rayburn upset with the clock operator on the pitch clock. Edman took a long time. Then he had to call time himself by the time he got to home plate.
And Edman now steps out of the box. And DJ Rayburn talking to Edman, saying, "Hey, let's go." And they'll restart the pitch timer again at 18 seconds. Stretch by Quintana. Pages at first, 2 down, 1-1 score. And Tommy swings the first pitch and chops one right back to the pitcher. Underhand toss to first. And the Dodgers are done in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. No Brewers errors through 5.5. It's the Dodgers 1, Brewers 1.
AM 570.
You've been an all-star teammate, Virgo, always ready to assist during practice and offer positive feedback. But it's also important that you hone your own skills, which will ultimately result in strengthening the team as a whole. Communicate to your teammates that you're taking time to focus on improving your swing.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 9
Brew. From the Galpin Motors broadcast booth. Streaming right to your mobile device. LA Dodgers baseball continues on its official home.
I don't know nobody else is doing this. Bodies start to drop.
We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and left-hander Alex Vesia comes out of the Dodger bullpen. Taking over for Tyler Glasnow. 1-1 score. Glasnow 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, none earned. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 85 pitches, 53 for strikes. He will not get a decision out of this. And Jackson Chourio, the center fielder, leads off against Vesia and takes a strike. Pitching change brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 44th appearance for Vesia. He's 2-0 on the season. And the pitch. And now he's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. 259 for Chourio. 15 home runs. 0 for 2 this afternoon. Struck out looking on a curveball last time up. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Right-handed hitter takes low and away, and it's 2-1. Vesia appeared last night through a clean inning, striking out 1. 2-ball, 1-strike pitch. That's outside. And it's now 3-1 to Jackson Chourio. Dodgers were being no-hit until the 5th inning. Nestor Ruiz broke up the no-hitter on a run-and-hit play by the Dodgers, with Rojas on the move from first. And 3-1, swung on, fouled back, and out of play. Then Rojas came around to score on a bases-loaded walk to Shohei Ohtani. And Ohtani with his 58th run batted in. He is now tied for the club lead with Andy Pages in RBIs. Payoff pitch to Chourio. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Elevated the fastball and struck him out. And there's 1 down in the bottom of the 6th for Milwaukee.
We've made mention of that fastball by Vesia for now a couple of years. And for hitters, evidently they think they see it really well, but they don't catch up to it very often.
Christian Yelich, 1 for 2 today. Had a base hit in the 2nd inning. And then stole 3rd.
A quick note on Vesia. If we look at last year, opponents against the fastball, doesn't matter, left-handed or right-handed, just 149 average.
Here comes a 1-0 pitch. That's dropped in there for a strike, a slider. 1 ball, 1 strike to Christian Yelich. He's been the designated hitter all 3 games in this series. And the emergence defensively of Isaac Collins in left has precipitated that move. There's a slowly hit ground ball to first base. Freddie, underhand toss, Vesia, foot race. Yelich beats him to the bag for a base hit.
Vesia was slow off the bag, and then the stride was a little off. The throw was down a little bit low, and Vesia had to just reach out, grab the ball just to the left side of the belt buckle. And for Yelich, maybe getting long in tooth, at least by baseball standards right now. I mean, he's still a lot of years in front of him, but he got down the line quickly.
Here's Isaac Collins, switch hitter now turning around to bat right-handed against the lefty Vesia. 1 out in the pitch, swung on, fouled back. You remember when Yelich first came up to the big leagues with Miami? He looked like a kid who should have been on an American Legion team at the time. He looked so young. He was so skinny. I mean, really, he was just a kid.
Well, before the game, you mistake him for one of the bad boys.
Yeah. Here's a 0-1 pitch to Collins. That'll wait. Throw to first instead.
Then when you saw him play, go, that ain't a bat boy.
He plays like a man, and he did. Played exceptionally well with Miami when he first came up to the big leagues. Boy, he had the baby face and everything. Leads off of first, and the pitch swung on, fouled back.
Well, that was a late swing, and that might play really large because the Dodgers, with Freeman holding the runner at first, second baseman Edmonds playing up the middle. There's enough room to park an 18-wheeler on the right side of the infield.
0-2 pitch coming to Collins. Stretch, kick, in the pitch. That's up and in. Dodgers have Ben Kasparius warming up. Kasparius serving as the long man in the bullpen now. Collins this season for the Brewers with runners on base, hitting over 300 at 303. Short lead by Yelich at first. 1-2 pitch, fouled back and into the seats. The hard-working Chevy Silverado, built on a legacy of long-lasting dependability. See your Southern California Chevy dealer today or shop now at SoCalChevy.com. So 1-2 to Isaac Collins. Vesia's next offer is strike 3 called. A fastball outside corner. Collins started to offer at it. He checked his swing, but he strikes out anyway, and that's the second strikeout on the fastball for Vesia. There are 2 men down.
Well, friends, Ron Say, Legends of Dodger Baseball bobblehead night takes place on Friday, July 18th. That's against these Brewers. And the first 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a special Ron Say bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Come on out. Dodgers.com/promotions.
Bryce Turang is 1 for 2. Singled his last time up in the 4th. Vesia throw to first, and Yelich back standing. 1-1 ball game here in Milwaukee. Bottom of the 6th inning. For the Dodgers in the 7th, it'll be the bottom of the order. Rojas, Ruiz, and Outman. Now the stretch and the pitch from Alex Vesia. That one is on the inside corner for a called strike. Good looking slider.
Yeah, that's the slider. It's okay. Last year, the fastball 149. That's the average against Vesia. What about the slider last year? 106 was all.
Even with a bag off the line at third is Rojas. Now the pitch, cut on and missed.
Another slider.
0-2 to the left-handed hitting Bryce Turang.
From a hitter, that slider, you feel you have it zoned in. Then you begin to swing, and at some point in time you go, uh-oh.
Nothing in 2 pitch from Vesia. That swung out, fouled back over our heads and in the deck above. Still 0-2 on Turang. Outman playing over toward left center field. In fact, left field still the sun field. Everybody else in the shade due to the fact that the Brewers have opened the roof partially, or closed it partially, I should say, to control the shading here. This one hit in the air toward right center field, but slicing it Outman as he runs over there to get it. Makes an over-the-shoulder catch in front of the warning path. And that'll do it for the Brewers in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, no Dodger errors. On to the
to see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
To the field for more LA Dodgers baseball. And now we return to the Galpin Motors broadcast booth.
Miguel Rojas set to lead off the 7th inning for the Dodgers in a 1-1 game here. Game 3 of this 3-game set in Milwaukee. New pitcher on for the Brewers. It is Aaron Ashby making his 13th appearance, 2nd appearance in the series. He appeared 2 nights ago. And the pitch to Rojas from the left-hander is fouled off for strike 1. This pitching change presented by Navien HVAC and water heater products.
Ashby went 2 innings on Monday night. That fastball up to 98. Curveball slider.
Rojas swings, hits it toward the hole. Diving stop by the shortstop Ortiz. His throw is too late. Ahead for a slide by Rojas. He would have beat it if he had run through it. Either way, he's there with a leadoff single. 1 for 2 for Miguel Rojas. Great play by Ortiz to go hard to his right, make the backhanded diving stop. And in haste of his throw. And Rojas needs a little assistance there. Yep. I think he broke his belt.
He had.
He needs a new belt. And he's going to get that. And while he puts that on, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers audio network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Well, those head-first slides can be tough on the belt.
Well, wardrobe malfunction. Now, what are the odds that Ruiz, who's the hitter, is going to be bunting? Durbin, the third baseman's expecting it. He's in tightly.
Pretty strong odds. Then he swings away and fouls it back.
Well, so much for that.
So now the odds have lessened quite a bit. 1 on, nobody out. Esteury Ruiz is 1 for 2 with a single and a stolen base. Rojas at first, the go-ahead run, which is low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Esteury Ruiz. It's kind of a sneaky good pickup by the Dodgers. And he was DFA'd by the A's. Now the 1-1 pitch. And he'll take a strike. Ashby is unscored upon in 10 of his last 12 appearances. And the next pitch is a curveball in the dirt. He missed the 2023 season with a left labrum tear. That's really bad in the shoulder. Had surgery to correct that. And then came back last season and appeared in 14 games. Started 2 games with Milwaukee. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. Nobody out. Rojas leads off of first. And Ruiz got the bat around, kind of an emergency swing, and he fouled it off.
He barely got that one before it went into the catcher's mitt. So Aaron Ashby, number 4 pick in 2018 out of Crowder Junior College. So a second-round pick out of Crowder last night. Jacob Mizorowski. Very impressive.
2-2. Ruiz swings, fouls it away to the right. Well, you know somebody's impressive when you get to the ballpark the next day, and that's all people are talking about on both sides.
Well, he not only threw hard, he threw strikes. He threw strikes with the fastball. It was up near 102. A couple of different pitches.
Well, I went in and talked to Bill Schroeder, the television analyst, former catcher in the big leagues, and he said what they were most impressed about was his curveball and how effective that was last night.
After the first inning, the first batter.
2-2, fouled off to the right again, a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Because the first pitch in the ballgame was 100 miles an hour to Ohtani. Then back-to-back curveballs. Well, the second curveball was hit out for a home run. And after that, Mizorowski was close to untouchable.
And a swing and a miss by Ruiz at a curveball. He strikes out. 1 down. Shakey's Pizza Parlor is the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game day, it's group day at Shakey's.com.
On the flip side, Clayton Kershaw wasn't bad either. 6 innings, just 2 runs, 6 hits. The Dodgers scored just 1 run on only 4 hits last night behind the lefty.
And Chris Hook, the pitching coach, is out to talk to both Ashby and the catcher Contreras. The Brewers have a right-hander now loosening up. Nick Mears is throwing. Ben Kasparius, he is still throwing for the Dodgers in the bullpen. He'll come out in the bottom of the inning. And Teoscar Hernandez is going to come off the bench and pinch hit. He'll pinch hit for James Outman. And Teoscar has been unable to get in the starting lineup in recent days. And he will take a pitch down low. And he's done very well against left-handed pitching. So it's a good spot for him here. .356 against lefties, 5 home runs. Slugging .695 against left-handed pitching. Next offer is down low, a check swing. 2 balls, no strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Miguel Rojas at first pitch. He got locked up, and a swing is called by the home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn. Not really sure if Teoscar went around or not from the angle we're sitting at. The side swing angle might tell otherwise as we look at that on video. 2-1. And now here comes the 2-1 offer. That is low. 3-1 to Teoscar Hernandez.
Time to hit one out of here.
Now it's your turn to go out on a limb.
Well, this is a hitter's count.
The pitch is in the dirt. Ball 4. I'm just teasing. You tell me that all the time. So Teoscar walks. Rojas goes to second. So 2 on and 1 out for Ohtani. And Ha-Seong Kim's going to come on and run for Teoscar Hernandez. And more than likely go out to center field. This is all said and done. So good speed on the bases with Rojas at second and Kim at first. 1 man out. Great chance here for Ohtani, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. Drove in a run. He walked with the bases loaded in the 5th. Pitch from Ashby, swung on, fouled off. Ball rolling over near the first base dugout. One run, 3 hits for the Dodgers. 1 run, 3 hits for the Brewers. A little after 1 o'clock on the West Coast. A little after 3 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. Pitch outside and low to Ohtani. 1 ball and 1 strike. So I hope you're enjoying some daytime baseball, midday baseball. Dodgers hoping to get you a win today. 1-1 pitch. Ohtani waves at a curve and misses. He was way out front. And Ashby gets ahead of him, a ball and 2 strikes. Ohtani calls time. It's granted by the home plate umpire. Rojas off of second. Kim off of first. Not being held on. He's got a big lead there. The 1-2 pitch to Shohei from Ashby. And the runners go. And the pitch is outside for a ball. It'll be a double steal. No throw. Rojas takes third and Kim takes second.
Rojas just kept inching off, inching off. Ashby looked back at him. And for Rojas, he just scooted off a little bit more. Now the infield has to come in after the double steal.
That's the first steal of the season for Rojas. And the pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Contreras. Full count on Shohei Ohtani. Ha-Seong Kim, that'll be his 9th steal. He's 9 for 9. Brewer infield in, 1 out. In the pitch. 3-2's in the dirt, ball 4, and the bases are full of Dodgers. Second time in a row Ohtani has walked. And now Pat Murphy's coming out to get Ashby. He'll go to the right-hander Mears to face Betts with Smith coming up on deck. Dodgers threatening. Here in the top of the 7th inning, they've loaded the bases. And a pitching change for Milwaukee. We'll take a timeout. The score, the Dodgers 1, Brewers 1. 2-1 the score. Top of the 7th inning. Mookie Betts coming up to face right-hander Nick Mears. 40th appearance out of the Brewer bullpen for Mears. He's 1-2 with a 2.50 ERA. He's allowed 2 homers this year. The opposition hitting 197 against him. Throughout Mookie's career with the bases loaded, he's done very well. Rojas at third, Kim at second base, Ohtani at first.
The second time in 2 at-bats, Betts is batted with bases loaded.
First pitch from Mears is in the dirt, ball 1.
For Mookie, career .321 average. Bases loaded, 6 grand slams.
Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change with locations throughout Southern California. Pitch to Betts is outside, and it's 2-0. A check swing. Appeal down to first. James Hoy, the first base ump and crew chief, confirmed that he did not go. 2 balls and no strikes to Betts. 1-1 game here in the 7th. Bases loaded, 1 down. Middle infield playing for 2. The pitch. Swung on, well hit to left. It's toward the corner. Going after it is Collins. He makes the catch. Tagging from third and scoring is Rojas. And the Dodgers take the lead on the sacrifice fly by Mookie Betts. It's 2-1.
Tell you, that double steal just really kind of changed the overall complexion of this inning. After the infield single by Rojas, Ruiz struck out. Teoscar pinch hit. He walks. Then the double steal. Ohtani walked. And now Will Smith trying to pick up at least 1 more.
And Will's due. He's 0 for 3 today. Runners off first and second. And the pitch is inside. You've got great speed on the base paths with Kim the lead runner and Ohtani right behind him. Two men out, Freeman on deck, and the pitch. Will swings, rips it down to third, but foul. Just off the rain tarp that's rolled up. 2-1 Dodgers leading in the 7th now. In the game they really got to have today. They've dropped 5 in a row, looking to end that streak. Have not lost 6 in a row since the 2019 season. There's a swing and a miss by Will. And the count now 1-2. And it was early in that season. They'd lost a couple to Cardinals and 2 to Milwaukee. Lost 4 to the Cardinals. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-2. That was that series, Mo. We went to St. Louis and Dodgers got swept in 4 straight after losing 2 to the Brewers right beforehand. Well, that's ancient history. Dodgers with 2 runs on the board. They haven't had 2 runs on the board in any of the prior 2 games in this series. Scored a total of 2 coming into the game today. Runners lead first and second. 2-2 pitch to Smith. And it's outside, 3-2.
Good take. Doubled up on the slider. That one missed outside.
Runners will go with the pitch. The stretch. The payoff. And it's low, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Freddie Freeman. That's the 3rd walk issued this inning by Brewers pitching. Ohtani goes to second base. Kim over to third. And now Freddie a chance to open things up. Freddie's 0 for 2 with a walk. Left-handed batter waits, and the pitch cut on and missed. Fastball at 97. And it was right down the middle. Belt buckle high and over the plate. 0-1 to Freeman. Stretch and Mears delivering home. Freddie looks at it outside for a ball. 1-1.
Freeman in his career 7 grand slams, and He's hit a ton in this spot. Career 347.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. And Freddie swings, pops it up foul third base side and up into the second deck.
He's still fighting to try and get that swing going. You see a couple swings here and there and say, hey, looks like he's closing in, and then he'll have a difficult swing.
Runners lead first, second, and third. 1-2, and that is low. And wait a second. DJ Rayburn looked like he was going to step back and ring him up, but he calls the slider low a ball. Two and two. As Freddie waits at the plate. The pitch. He swings, hits a ground ball wide of first foul.
Doubled up on the sliders. This one was down. In the strike zone, but down.
Sung Kim is at third. Shohei Ohtani at second. Will Smith at first. 2-2 pitch to Freddie Freeman. Swings and lifts it down to third base side, but it's slicing foul into the protective netting, bouncing right behind the rain tarp. Still haven't solved that mystery as to why they have a rain tarp on the field in a dome.
Because
we asked that question last night.
Just in case
still don't have an answer.
Roof malfunction.
2-2 to Freeman. And Mears delivers. And Freddie bounces one to the right side. It is grabbed by Bowers. Underhand toss to first to Mears, covering. The Dodgers will leave him loaded. But the sacrifice fly by Betts gets Rojas home for the go-ahead run. It is stretch time, middle of the seventh. It's the Dodgers 2, Brewers 1.
AM 570.
LA's best sports talk.
The
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these two socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
Bottom of the seventh inning, Dodgers 2, Brewers 1. Ben Kasparius comes out of the bullpen and will take over for Alex Vesia, who pitched an inning, gave up an infield single. That was it, striking out 2. 27th appearance for Kasparius. He's back to bullpen duty. 6-3 his record. Earned run average 468. He struck out 57. And 56 2/3 innings pitched. Bottom of the seventh, brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, will be the first to face Kasparius. Sacrifice fly by Betts gets the Dodgers in front. Each team with 3 hits. Now the wind and the pitch. And that is a sweeper in for a strike. But you load the bases twice in the inning. You feel like you should get more than a run, typically. But 1 run right now is enough. There's your 1 run ahead. And ultimately, you just got to score at least 1 more than the other guy. So see if it holds up.
Yeah, but it pains you to look and see that the left base is loaded in the 5th, bases loaded again in the 7th.
1-1. And a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Field down at first base. James Hoy brings up the strike.
Well, the amateur umpires here in the stands doing a really crummy job.
Now, here comes a 1-2 to Durbin. Swings and fouls it off.
And I get it. They're rooting for their home team, but they have not been accurate very much.
I bet not a single one of them has a patch, an umpire's patch. 1-2, and it's fouled back to the screen.
We had a visitation by former Major League umpire. What an umpire. Bruce Fleming, who in his great umpiring career was the arbiter for over 5,000 Major League games.
1-2 pitch, ground ball toward third, diving, stopped by Rojas to his feet, throws it away. Oh, he just threw it away, but the runner cannot advance. Freddie played the carom, tagged the runner in case there was an attempt to go to second, but Durbin turned to the right rather than the left, and he's safe at first.
And for Freeman, the tag was made. A terrific stop. Obviously, the throw was high, did not go into the camera well, so the runner has to stay at first base. I believe Pat Murphy, the manager, does want maybe a crew chief review to see where that ball hit.
Well, you can ask for it because it's a boundary call, so to speak, here. And we'll see if he's going to get it or not. But it hit something and came right back to Freddie Freeman.
There's a security guard just at the end, the far end of the camera well, which is just beyond. It's attached to, but just beyond the first base and third base dugout for that matter.
There will be no review. It'll be scored a base hit for Durbin.
On a terrific stop by Miguel Rojas.
So Rojas playing in on the grass at third for Bowers, a left-handed hitter. Tying run at first, nobody out. Casperia set to go from the stretch. And Ben's pitch. Breaking ball up high. Ball one. Middle infield, a double play depth. Betts close to the bag at second. And the pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air toward right center field. Andy Pages calling for it. Haesung Kim, the center fielder now, will call him off and make the catch.
Well, Kim is wearing sunglasses on the bill of his cap, and we can see him. I mean, they're just glistening. What's strange, he's in the shadow. He's not in the sun. He'd have to go all the way to in front of the Brewers bullpen in left center field to find any sun left at all.
And he wears the really big glasses, too. They're like ski goggles. But yeah, they are just glistening on top of his hat. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter coming up here for Milwaukee for Joey Ortiz, who bookended strikeouts, one swinging, one looking. And Anthony Siegler, a switch hitter, is going to come up. And naturally, the next move is for the Dodgers to pay a visit to give the report on Siegler. Here comes Mark Pryor, the pitching coach, to do just that. One out and a runner at first base. Yeah, you mentioned Bruce Fleming came in. And, great to see him. I know he threw you out of a game, and then you kind of threw him out.
So he autographed a picture for me, and it's appropriate and something that I really I love because Bruce and I he ejected me from the game after he said a few things to me, and I said, hey, if I'd said that to you, you'd throw me out of the game. Well, he threw me out anyway. So the photo that he gave me and signed is of him ejecting someone from a game. Unfortunately, it wasn't the one that I had because the photo he gave me, he gave real good form. When he threw me out, it was crummy form.
You told him that.
I told him that.
And then you showed him how he should have done it.
Yes, I did.
Anthony Siegler batting left-handed, runner at first, one out, pitch by Casperis is up high. So for the people who couldn't hear the conversation, they just thought that you threw him out in retaliation for him throwing you out. At least that's how it looked from a distance, but
I did it because I wanted to demonstrate good form because he was really bad form.
Runner goes, pitch is in there for a strike, throw down, and out at second is Durbin.
Not a great jump, and boy, we could see the throw by Will Smith, and it was just closing in on the runner and tried the head-first dive. And Durbin turning around and pleading for someone to say, hey, no, you were safe. No, he's headed back to the dugout.
Well, Betts with a good catch and tag. He tagged him right on the lower back before he could get his hands in there with a head-first slide. That's a big out right there. Caught stealing 2-6. And the 1-1 pitch now, swing and a miss.
And Tim, something that Mookie did that really helped him make that boom boom tag. He let the ball come to him instead of going out to reach out, get the ball, catch it, and then come back with the tag. You're faster if you let the ball come to you.
When you first learn that, it's not a natural maneuver.
No,
naturally,
it's not.
You want to reach for the ball.
Because you're trying to rush things.
Right. 1-2 to Siegler. Pitches in the dirt, a curveball. Mookie came to position himself. He had his left foot on top of the base and then slid it off toward the front, toward the pitcher's mound side of second base. And the throw, again, as you mentioned, he let it go deep and made the quick tag for the out. There's a fly ball into right center. Ha-Seong Kim runs over to grab it, and that's that. No runs, a hit. That's it in the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th in Milwaukee. It's the Dodgers 2, Brewers 1.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is...
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thank you, Chef.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling.
Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
Eighth inning here in Milwaukee, and Andy Pages will lead off for the Dodgers. They lead 2-1. Game 3 of this 3-game set. Rick Monday, Tim Neverett here. Blaine McDonald, our producer-engineer. Colin Yee back in our Burbank studios. David Vassay, parts unknown. Grant Anderson is the new pitcher. 40th appearance for the Brewers. He's 1-3. Opponent's hitting only 194 against him, and his ERA is under 3 at 282. Andrew Monasterio is the new shortstop for Milwaukee. Pitch to Andy, line drive, first base. Bowers squats down, makes a chest-high catch, and Pages is out on one pitch.
Well, friends, big night coming up. Every night's a big night at Dodger Stadium. How about World Champion Player Rings? July 21st, Minnesota Twins are into. The first 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a special World Champion Player Ring presented by Budweiser. Come out and celebrate with our champions. Find out more at Dodgers.com/promotions.
Tommy Edman turns around about left-handed. One out, base is empty. And Grant Anderson working out of the stretch. High leg kick, sidearms home, and the pitch fouled away to the left and out of play. Top of the 8th brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo celebrating 20 years of good times. Next offer to Edman is swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-2.
Anderson gets good movement on the fastball to begin with. It's been the four-seamer at 94 and to Edman, and then that roundhouse curveball, the sweeper.
Former Texas Ranger delivers his 0-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded to the right side. Couple of steps to his glove side left is Turang. Grabs it, throws to first. And Edman is out 2 away.
And if Anderson's on, he's going to get ground balls. And the reason is he throws kind of 3/4, not really sidearm, but 3/4. So he's getting a lot of spin on the baseball that will have it come into right-handed batters and away from lefties.
Miguel Rojas now with 2 outs and the base is empty. He swings this pitch and drops it into center field for a base hit. Miguel Rojas with his second hit. He's 2 for 3 today.
Along with a big stolen base, part of that double steal in the 7th inning.
Dodgers will send up a pinch hitter here for Story Ruiz. They'll get a left-handed bat up there, Michael Conforto, and he'll stay in the game to play left. And now it looks like Pat Murphy's going to come out and make a change because Anderson's faced his 3 batters, so he can make a change here. And they've got lefty Jared Koenig who's been throwing, so they'll bring him out. And we'll have a pitching change timeout. 1 on, 2 down, top of the 8th inning. The score, the Dodgers 2, Brewers 1.
At Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Mexico.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling.
Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
Play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Left-handed Jared Koenig, who came on to pitch in last night's game, pitched a clean inning in the 7th, hitless and scoreless. He'll take over for Grant Anderson. Runner aboard is Rojas. That is Anderson's base runner. 2-1 Dodgers lead it. Michael Conforto looking to come up with a pinch hit single here or something. Conforto last night went 0 for 4. Hit a double in his first at bat of the series on Monday night. He's also been hit by a pitch in the series. Well, a pitch by Koenig, and he crossfires one over the plate for a strike. Giants and Phillies underway. They're in the top of the 4th. Philadelphia leading San Francisco 2-0. Dodgers headed to the Bay Area at the conclusion of this ball game today. 0-1 pitch, swung on, fouled back.
Good swing.
Conforto in the hole, 0-2. White Sox at home, leading the Blue Jays 2-1, bottom of the 8th. That's it for games in action. Everything else later. Rojas leading at first. The left-hander Jared Koenig pausing. Now the pitch. And he strikes out Conforto looking. Took just 3 pitches to get it done. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And at the end of 7.5.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so. If you won a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. You know, and I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the 1-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson, and that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
World champion LA Dodgers Audio Network.
They're up for Milwaukee. Ben Kasparius back out there for his second inning of work. Sal Frelick 0 for 3. And the pitch from Kasparius. Little high ball 1. Started him off with a curveball. Frelick struck out looking in the first, grounded to short in the third, flied to left in the fifth. Pitch. Swing and a foul tip for a strike. Conforto remains in the game. He's in left field. And the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Kasparius deals, and it's swung on, fouled back into the seats a little bit off to our left. Kasparius gets ahead of Frelick. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here comes the 1-2. That's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sal Frelick. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Dodgers. 1 run, 4 hits for the Brewers. 2-2. And it hit him on the right elbow. Came inside, he hits him, and with nobody out, the guy who likes to run, Frelick with 15 steals, represents the tying run. Is a stage of the game and the type of game you really can't allow free passes. If you do give one up, you hope the next guy hits into a double play, and William Contreras has grounded out 3 times. So he stands in from the right side, and Kasparius sat at the belt. Right-hander's pitch. Inside for a ball.
And big hole in that right side of the infield. Edman playing up the middle. Freeman holding the runner.
1 ball, no strikes to Contreras. Pitch. Popped up. It is to shallow right center field. Andy Pages over. He's got a beat on it. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
Just watching Frelick on his leadoff. He's not even with the baseline. You don't have to be, but just the point being, he's probably 2 steps behind the line. So he's way back.
Why do you suppose?
I have no idea. Unless he does not want to get blocked by the first baseman's feet if there's a pickoff.
Pitch to Jackson Chourio, right-handed hitting center fielder, is at the knees for a strike.
And I watched that closely because the great Joe DiMaggio told me once is that he believed in coming in closer to home plate leading off. His reason was the pitcher, they'll perceive that I was closer to the bag.
Oh, 1's low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And unless Frelick gets a larger lead than what he currently has, he's going to have to get a tremendous jump.
1-1 pitch to Chourio from Kasparius. Here it comes. And it is hit up in the air, foul, first base side. That'll clear the netting and go into the seats.
And Frelick does not have a very good secondary lead either after the pitch is on its way to home plate. Just little things. This lead's just a little bit bigger, not much.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch from Ben Kasparius to Chourio. Fastball high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Frelick's secondary lead was 1 strike is all. So what does that mean? Well, if you're going to get a force out at second base, you'll have a couple of extra beats to do it.
2-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Pitch is in the dirt. Did he swing is the question. Yes, he did. So Kasparius will get the strikeout on Chourio, and that'll be the second out But Frelick advances to second base with his 16th steal of the year.
That's the third stolen base in 4 attempts. Make that the 4th stolen base in 5 attempts for the Brewers.
And with Christian Yelich, left-handed hitter, coming up, Dave Roberts is going to Tanner Scott in the bullpen to bring on the lefty to face him and perhaps get a 4-out save here. Today's game brought to you by First Five California. 1 in 3 children are at risk of toxic stress, but there are things parents can do to help. Learn how to overcome it at First.
I'm going to go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Tying run at second base. Yelich Scott's first pitch to him is swung on. Ground ball toward the middle. Mookie's got it behind the second base bag. Throws on to first. He got him. So 1 pitch for Tanner Scott. And he puts out whatever spark the Brewers had. No hits.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's rated higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a packet or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
Broadcast booth.
Streaming right to your mobile device.
LA Dodgers baseball continues on its official home.
Son Kim leads off the 9th inning. Shohei Ohtani up next. And Jared Koenig, the lefty out there. And Kim shows bunt. Tried to pull the bat back in time, but it's a strike. Infield was charging in on that. Left on left for Son Kim, hitting .327. 2 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Pitch swung on, rolled down the first baseline, backhanded deep by Bowers. Foot race to the bag. Safe at first is Kim on a ground ball to first. Oh, how do you like that?
Well, Koenig was slow. Well, Kim beat the pitcher and the first baseman. First baseman, Bowers had to go to the bag because his pitcher was not there in order to toss the ball to him.
And the left-handed pitcher falling off to the third base side. It took him an extra beat to get going toward first. And when Bowers saw that the pitcher wasn't going to make it, he hesitated for just a second, and that allowed Kim to get there. Here's Ohtani without a hit today, but he's walked twice and driven in a run. Pitch. And a strike call to Ohtani. He'll get credit for an RBI. Didn't really drive it in. It was a bases-loaded walk. Mookie Betts on deck. And Kim leading at first base. The stretch by the Milwaukee lefty. There's the 0-1 pitch. In for a strike called. 0-2 to Shohei. Ohtani with exactly 100 hits, and his 100 hit was his 31st home run of the season yesterday to lead off the ball game. The ball's 2 strikes. Ohtani waits. Koenig stretching. He kicks, goes over to first base, and a head-first dive back safely for Ha-Seong Kim.
Kim takes a sizable lead.
He came into pinch run for Teoscar Hernandez in the 7th. Was the backside of a double steal led by Rojas, so he gets credit for a stolen base. He has 9. The pitch, and Ohtani took a healthy cut trying to hit that ball to Kenosha, and he missed.
Yeah, but that was the long swing, and the long swing really had him tied up with that ball inside on him. And here comes Pat Murphy.
That'll be 2 batters this inning, but he had a batter last inning. And he comes out. Another pitching change here in Milwaukee. Top of the 9th is brought to you by Cars for Kids. Ready to donate your old car? Call
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started to cook with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of our mother, so that's where Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people, and this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
Better their every day through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Betts to face Abner Uribe. 1 out, 1 on. Top of the 9th, 2-1 Dodgers. Uribe's pitch, and Mookie swings and pops it up foul, first base side. That's over the Brewer dugout and into the seats.
Uribe, another hard thrower. First pitch, 97.
He pitched an inning of hitless and scoreless last night, striking out 1 through the 8th inning. In the 3-1 Milwaukee win. 0-1 pitch to Betts. He swings, fouls it off to the right again and out of play. 98-mile-an-hour heater.
Uribe, well, he loves pitching at home, more so than on the road. On the road, ERA is above 3.5. At home, it's below 1 in 24 games.
No balls, 2 strikes to Betts. A lot of room on the right side of the infield. Ha-Seong Kim with an infield single leading over there. And the right-handed Uribe throws home, and his slider is down and away. Looked like Kim was taking off and then shut it down.
I was a little surprised he was not taking off with Betts up there 0-2.
Kim has his right foot out near the cut of the grass with a big lead. Turn and a throw to first base. He dives back safely without a tag. It's not a perfect throw by Uribe over there, and Bowers had to make sure he caught the ball first. Middle infield playing for 2. 1-2 to Betts. Slider outside. It's 2-2. This Milwaukee bullpen's pretty good. It would not shock me if at some point in time they caught the Cubs. Throw to first base and Kim is back. They're 2.5 behind the Cubs right now. And Milwaukee playing very well.
Well, if you're a ball club that does not hit high-octane fastballs very well, you're going to have trouble against this pin.
2-2. That's outside and low. 3-2. 3 straight sliders to Betts. Uribe, first base side of the rubber. Tall right-hander twists into position. Now he sets. Payoff pitch. Runner goes. A pitch is swung on. Grounded down to third base. One-handed by Durbin. Throws on to first in time to get Mookie. Advancing on the play is Kim. 2 down. Runner at second for Will Smith. And Betts is 0 for 4 today.
Yeah, well, this is kind of a strange deal. Did they pitch around Will Smith?
First base open. You pick your poison here.
Well, Will Smith, leading the league in average, and Freddie Freeman. It's not a mystery right now. He's struggling. I think they'll pitch to Will Smith, see if he'll expand the strike zone. If they get behind like 2 balls, no strikes, they may put him on intentionally.
Will is 0 for 3 with a walk today. Big insurance run in scoring position. 2 down. Pitch. A slider outside, ball 1. 1-0 to Will. Will has flied to center twice, grounded to second once. Has a 6-game hitting streak on the line. 1-0 pitch to Smith. It's on the way from Uribe. And he throws a sinker down low. 2 balls, no strikes to Will. 2-1 Dodgers, top of the 9th inning. Collins, Turang, and Durbin due up in the bottom of the 9th. 5, 6, and 7 in the Brewers' order, and Will takes another pitch outside and low. Another slider. Is 3-0.
They haven't really challenged him at all with pitches here. This is like one of those things. If he expands the zone, fine.
And he throws one knee high down the middle for a called strike. 3-1.
I'd be surprised if he gets a fastball here.
Kim leads from second base, 2 men out. 3-1 to Will Smith. Uribe's pitch. And he got another strike. This was a sinker.
And boy, did he get a fastball. 99 miles an hour.
And that's the 2-seamer. I mean, we haven't seen the 4-seamer really. Uribe's 3-2 pitch coming to Smith, but time is called at the plate. Tanner Scott will be back out to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning after a 1-pitch out in the bottom of the 8th. Here's a 3-2 to Smith. And Uribe deals. And strike three called, a borderline pitch. Will doesn't agree, but he goes down looking. And the side is retired. No runs, one hit, one left. To the bottom of the ninth we go. It's the Dodgers.
It's time.
Get ready for a legendary movie night.
That went well.
It will leave you cheering.
You might actually survive a fight or two.
Karate Kid Legends, now on digital.
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these pinstripes and be a South side of Chicago boy. This jersey right here is an all-star jersey. You can see on the back the all-stars and the all-star patch there. Being an all-star and being who I was called over there to be was something I was real proud of.
A snack that Freddie cannot resist.
I would have to say chips and guacamole. Organic mango, yep.
Is that because of the strong Dominican contingent in the major leagues, bro? Has anybody ever struck out and gone crazy and smashed the cooler full of mangoes?
Nah, our team's not really into smashing each other's stuff, I guess.
Are you a seasoning guy? You like to drown your stuff in dips and sauces?
No. Gotta watch my figure.
And it looks great, brother.
I appreciate it.
Very sexy man.
Yeah,
Let's go, Freddie Freeman, ladies and gentlemen.
Visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Back to more LA Dodgers baseball.
Home run, Ohtani!
Right here on the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Bottom of the ninth inning, Tanner Scott, Dodger closer, is on. 18 saves for Scott as he pitches to the switch-hitting left fielder Isaac Collins. His first pitch. Swung on, flared foul, first base side. It's 0-1 to Collins. Dodgers up 2-1, 2 runs, 5 hits. Brewers 1 run, 4 hits. Dodgers in 1-run games this year are 16-9. Brewers, meantime, 15-12. Scott, the lefty, deals, and that's up high, and it's 1-1 to Isaac Collins. Collins is 0 for 2, struck out looking last time up in the 6th. Bounced out to Freeman at first in the 4th and walked his first time up. Pitch swung on and flied foul down the left field side. That'll be in the seats for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Collins. Came into the game hitting .269. And here comes the pitch from Scott. High and outside, ball 2, 2-2. Bryce Turang is on deck. Caleb Durbin is scheduled, but we'll see. More than likely he'll hit. Nobody on, nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Scott. Swung on, fouled straight back. Four-seamer. So far 5 pitches, 4 of them the four-seam variety and 1 a slider.
Not a guy you want to get on base. Leadoff hitter, yes, and keep in mind he had a stolen base back in the 2nd inning.
Tanner Scott's 2-2. Swung on, and that's looping to left for a base hit, and the tying run is aboard in the 9th.
Slider, not a particularly good one.
Well, as Turang makes his way to the plate, we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the World Champion Dodgers audio network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Way in on the grass at third is Rojas for the left-handed hitting Turang. The pitch inside corner for a called strike. Brewers didn't have anything on that time. Dodgers expecting something as Collins gets into his lead at first. 0-1 pitch to Turang. A weak wave and a miss, and that is strike 2. Fooled by a fastball. was low on the outside corner. And it's 0-2. Middle infield looking for 2 here. And the pitch. Swung on and missed at a ball in the dirt. Strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout for Tanner Scott. Got him with a slider. And there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 9th. And Caleb Durbin, the third baseman, up. He is 1 for 2 with a walk.
Ground ball double play. Get on the plains, head west.
I like that plan. Durbin, right-handed batter. And the pitch from Scott. Swung on, line drive left field. That's a base hit. 1 hop for Conforto. And now the tying run is in scoring position with 1 out. And the Brewers have the winning run at first base. The ground ball double play still it works here. Here comes Mark Pryor out to talk to Tanner Scott. And Andrew Vaughn will come up and pinch hit for Bowers. So they'll get the right-handed bat. Bowers, a lefty, stays in the dugout. Vaughn playing in just his 3rd game with the Brewers after the trade from the White Sox. But Vaughn hit a 3-run home run, his first at bat as a member of the Brewers here on Monday night. Pryor finishes the scouting report with Tanner Scott. Last night, Vaughn had 1 hit. He walked once and struck out twice. 1 out, 2 on. Bottom of the 9th, 2-1. Dodgers leading. Getting to be a white knuckler here in Milwaukee. Edman playing close to the bag at second. Straight up in center is Kim. Off the bag at first, Freeman. Scott's first pitch to Andrew Vaughn. Swung on, broken bat, looper left center field. Coming around third is Collins. He will score to tie the game. It is 2-2. A blown save for Tanner Scott. And now the Brewers, with Durbin on the run, have the winning run 90 feet away. Well, Andrew Vaughn has made an impact since being called up from AAA.
They got jammed in the broken bat. Now the outfield has to play in. Pages is too deep in right. Conforto's too deep in left, and Kim can't throw anybody out in center right now. They've got to move in. Betts is playing back at shortstop. Now the dugout gets his attention. And he's going to come in on the grass. He'll be right behind the grass by a step.
Andrew Monasterio has not come to the plate today. First time there. Infield is in. 1 out, first and third. And a show of a bunt. And that one low in the dirt. 1-0 with a count. Again, Durbin at third, the winning run. And the pitch from Scott. Swung on and missed for strike 1. High fastball. And Scott's going to have to do some pitching to get out of this and force extra innings. The Dodgers have never been swept in Milwaukee. There's a 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled away to the right. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes to Andrew Monasterio with Sal Frelick, the leadoff man, on deck. Most important out right now is to get that runner at third, cut him down. Now a 1-2. Oh, beautiful slider, called strike 3. And Monasterio strikes out looking. And this will bring up Frelick with 2 out in the bottom of the 9th to try to win it for Milwaukee. He's 0 for 3, last time up hit by a pitch. Tanner Scott to the left-handed hitter Frelick. And the first pitch in for a strike, a slider. 2-2, bottom of the ninth. Scott needs one more out to go to extra innings. Now an 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew a high fastball by him at 97. 0-2 to Sal Frelick. Field back with 2 down, and the 0-2 pitch from Scott. Runner goes from first. Pitch swung on, foul back to the screen. Kim is not very deep in center. Trying to take away a base hit, perhaps.
Well, the reason the runner at first is going is it reduces one extra base on a force out.
0-2 pitch. Runner goes, and this ball is poked foul down the third base side.
Well, Will Smith has to make absolutely certain that he can smother anything that is in the dirt. And that's because over at third base and leading up, Durbin was about 40 feet down the line because Rojas is playing defense. So get a big lead at third.
Again, the 0-2 pitch from Tanner Scott. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Chasing is Tommy Edman. Underhand toss to first in time to retire Frelick. And we're headed to extra innings in Milwaukee. The Brewers get a run on 3 hits. They leave 2. And at the end of 9 full, it's the Dodgers 2, Brewers 2.
When you want.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
SoCal.com today.
You're listening to LA Dodgers baseball.
On top of the mountain.
On the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Well, here we go to extra innings. 2-2 the score. Trevor McGill, the closer for the Brewers, comes out. Will Smith will be the placed runner at second base, and Freddie Freeman will be the batter. McGill pitched last night. 2.48 is ERA, and he's just got triple-digit pitch after triple-digit pitch. He just throws gas. A little bit of off-speed as well. So Freddie Freeman is 0 for 3 with a walk today. 2-2 as we start the top of the 10th inning. And McGill's pitch to Freeman is swung on and missed. Started him with a 99-mile-an-hour introductory fastball. Dodgers in extras this year are 6-3. The Brewers are 3-3. McGill, the right-hander, out of the stretch with Smith leading at second. Pitch to Freeman coming. And Freddie swings and he hits it down the left field side, but it's going to fade foul off the protective netting above the rain tarp. 0-2 to Freeman. When you're on the road, so important to get that run in, that free runner. If you don't, it increases your chances of a loss tremendously, as we've seen since this rule's been implemented. 0-2 pitch, and Freeman stays alive. He bounces one foul, goes behind him. when the rule came in, Mo, everybody thought, oh, you just punt the guy to third and sacrifice him in. But it's not that way, especially if you're on the road.
Well, on the road, most clubs are thinking, well, we need two. The home team, they come on in the bottom half. They know exactly what they have to do. Is it 1 run they need? 2 runs they need?
0-2 to Freeman is low. Overall, it has really shortened games and protected bullpens in the regular season. This rule has. No longer are we seeing 13, 14, 18 inning games. 1-2. And Freddie fouls it back over to the left and out of play. And what would happen when you get into these long, drawn-out games is it would interrupt some players' service time. I mean, you'd have to make roster moves the next day. Your bullpen was a mess. Speaking of the bullpen, Kirby Yates warming up for the Dodgers. Here's a 1-2 to Freddie Freeman from Taylor McGill. And Freddie swings and strikes out at a fastball at 101.5.
Yeah, it's not a bullpen filled up with the soft tossers as we were talking about earlier.
Andy Pages, he's got to be geared up for the fastball here. 1 out. Smith the runner at second, and the pitch from McGill. Andy looks at a bullet for a strike down the middle.
McGill came in last night. He wasn't just the fastball leader. He threw a couple of curveballs.
Those about 94. He's got some heat. Here comes a pitch from McGill to Pages. Swung on, fouled back, and it's strike 2. Two fastballs to Pages. The first one 100. That last one almost 102. 101.9.
That's 102.
Yeah.
That's what we're taught in school. Round it off.
Round it up. 5 up. 2-strike pitch. Inside. That's certainly one you want to get away from, that 100-mile-an-hour pitch in on your hip. Trying to get Will Smith in here in a 2-2 game in the 10th. Pitch coming from McGill. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another fastball at 100. He threw him 4 fastballs. And the slowest one, I think, was 100.2. That is just straight gas. 2 outs. Tommy Edman, the batter. He'll hit left-handed. And first pitch to Tommy. In there for a strike. Another fastball. This one just under 100. Edman 0 for 4 today, back in the lineup after fracturing a pinky toe. They're playing through it. Not much you can do about that. And another pitch in for a strike. I mean, McGill is just pumping strike after strike after strike.
Went 1-2 Freeman. Since that time is back-to-back 0-2 counts.
0-2 to Tommy Edman, and here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. 101. 3 straight strikeouts. Striking out the side with the placed runner at second base left there. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th. It's the Dodgers 2.
Seven Cars for Kids, or go to carsforkids.org. Remember, that's Cars with a K.
You're listening to LA Dodgers baseball.
On top of the mountain.
On the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Kirby Yates comes in to pitch for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 10th inning. Sal Frelick will be the placed runner at second base. William Contreras will lead things off. So there's only one job for the Dodgers here, and that's to hold the Brewers scoreless in the 10th and force an 11th inning. A pinch hit, broken bat single by Andrew Vaughn in the bottom of the 9th, scored the tying run. And here we go in the bottom of the 10th. Yates out of the stretch. The right-hander's pitch to Contreras inside ball one. I mean, the stuff that comes out of the Brewers bullpen, especially with McGill, I mean, it's otherworldly what we just saw. Here's a pitch. And there is a ball low, and it's 2-0. Trevor McGill has one gifted right arm. Two balls, no strikes, and Yates ready to throw. Frelick leads at second base. And the pitch. Swung on and popped up to center. Kim drifting back with it toward right center field near the warning track. Makes the catch. Frelick will tag, and he'll head to third base. And this gives the Brewers some more options here as the winning run is now 90 feet away. Contreras moving the runner up with a fly ball to center. And the number 3 hitter, Jackson Chourio, comes up with a chance to win it.
Yeah, now you're in the big part, the meat part of the lineup. You have a couple of bases open, so the infield has to come in. The outfield, they got to reel in Kim in center. He can't throw anybody out from where now he comes in. You have to be shallow enough where you can catch a line drive and stop the winning run from scoring.
Everybody in, one out. Runner at third, the pitch from Yates. Chourio looks at it off the plate outside.
Well, if you get this out, then you're going to walk Yelich. And if you fall behind in this count like 2 or 3-0, you go ahead and just load the bases.
Now the 1-0 pitch. Chourio swings, base hit, Brewers win. The Brewers have swept the Dodgers in Milwaukee for the first time ever. It's the 5th walk-off win for the Brewers this season. The Dodgers have lost 6 in a row for the first time since early in the 2019 season. The Dodgers have just been absolutely snake-bit this week, and they lose 3-2 in 10 innings. Final totals on the ballgame for the Brewers: 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 9 left. The Dodgers, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, 11 left. Trevor McGill gets the win, 2-2. Kirby Yates, the loss, 4-3. 3 hours and 12 minutes, the game time, in front of a crowd of 33,607 at American Family Field as Jackson Chourio ends up with just his 3rd hit in this series, and it's a game winner, scoring the placed runner, Sal Frelick. And the Brewers go to 53-40. They're now 2 behind the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs are in Minnesota to take on the Twins tonight. A disappointing end to this first stop on the road trip, and the Dodgers have been swept in back-to-back series for the first time this year.
And this Dodger ball club, they're going to have to kind of reload and I think reassess what they are doing from an offensive standpoint. In these 3 games, they struck out 37 times. They were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position today. Last night, they were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Game 1 of this series, they were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. So it really negates. Tyler Glasnow comes back off the injured list, did a very good job, went 5 innings, 1 run, just 2 hits, struck out 5. He did give up 3 stolen bases. That's something to kind of check off and work on. But the Dodgers just really come up empty when they've had opportunities to score. And for Freddie Freeman, he's really stuck in quagmire right now from an offensive standpoint. But 37 strikeouts in 3 games, Compliments also to the Brewers and their pitching staff, but Milwaukee in this series came up with timely hits. The Dodgers did not.
Well, you put it well there. I mean, the fact that Glasnow came back, did a good job, that gets buried in all of this today.
Yep, sure does.
But, yeah, the Dodgers' lack of offense, again, left 11 men on today and just unable to put the Brewers away when they got the lead. They had several bases loaded situations, came up empty but one time on a sacrifice fly. And so now a day off tomorrow, and it comes at a good time for the Dodgers to try to lick their wounds and get ready for the Giants this weekend.
And 1 for 19 in this series with runners in scoring position, and that's not going to get it done either.
It is not. Well, that's going to do it for us from here for now. We'll be off tomorrow, back with you from the Bay Area on Friday as the Dodgers begin a series with their rivals, the San Francisco Giants. Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck begins at 6 p.m. on Friday. First pitch is at 7:15. Dustin May set to throw for the Dodgers at 5-5. Logan Webb expected to pitch for the Giants. He is 8-6. The Navy and Dodgers Clubhouse Show with David Vassay is coming up next. Once again, the final in 10 innings. The Brewers walk off the Dodgers and sweep the series. 3-2, the final score here this afternoon. For Rick Monday and Dwayne McDonald, also Colin Yee back in our studios in Burbank, I'm Tim Neverett. So long from Milwaukee. We'll talk to you Friday in San Francisco. Stand by. The postgame show's next.
In Los Angeles. Big stage. When you want to talk LA sports, it's always been us.
Oh, baby.
With Dan Patrick at 6 a.m., Colin Cowherd at 9, Rogan and Rodney at noon, and Petros and Money at 3.
Go to the iHeartRadio app.
Nobody covers Los Angeles like us. Listen anywhere you are by telling your smart device, play AM 570 LA Sports on the iHeartRadio app.
It's right here.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world, they help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and Sky Miles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
At Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Mexico. Discover the best carne asada, never miss a text from the group chat, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for just $30 per line. See? Just $30 per line per month with unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Plus calls, texts, and data in Mexico included, so you can use your phone sin problema. Stop by your Los Angeles Verizon store today. For unlimited welcome in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is California's #1 entertainment destination for all your favorite music. Don't miss British rock superstars Def Leppard when they take the Yamava Theater stage on August 20th. Carrie Underwood brings her pop country singing and songwriting to Yamava September 5th. And the one and only pop punk legends Green Day make an appearance on September 30th. Only at Yamava, your California to Vegas connection. Visit YamavaTheater.com for details. Must be 21 and winner.
Did you know that California offers various programs and services to support older adults, adults with disabilities, and family caregivers? From health insurance, counseling, to caregiver support and information on elder abuse, the Aging Resource Guide has it all. And let's not forget about the Friendship Line, available 24/7 for those who may need a friendly conversation. Dive into the Aging Resource Guide today at aging.ca.gov and discover the support you need. Because together, we can ensure every older adult in California gets the help they deserve.
This ball's back! There it is! Number 50! The first player in the history of Major League Baseball!
Tell me who done it like this. Got the whole place looking, try to get another glimpse.
A walk-off grand slam!
A bit of that and a whole lot of this.
Unanimous MVP for Shohei Ohtani.
Must-see TV.
They added even more people
pieces to this roster.
Unrelenting.
This is the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Top of the heap, baby.
LA Dodgers baseball is brought to you by First 5 California, LA Care. Visit lacare.org. Jacoby and Myers.
Justice for you since 1972.
Ford.
Built Ford tough.
California Community Colleges. And by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Don't miss a moment on the Dodgers' quest to repeat. Right here on the world champion LA Dodgers audio network.
Like our championship-winning boys in blue, your Southern California Chevy dealers have star talent at every position. Leading off, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Southern California, Chevy Silverado, with 9 unique trims to choose from, including ZR2, designed for maximum off-road performance and capability, with features like an off-road cut front bumper and 2-inch factory lift. No roads are no problem. Looking for a bold and sporty high-performance pickup? That's RST. From its aggressive style to its responsive feel, it's an energizing presence that really stands out. And for the ultimate combination of luxury and capability, there's High Country, offering premium leather seating and a 5.3-liter V8 engine, so you're both comfortable and in command. Stop by and drive one home today, or shop now at SoCalChevy.com. Based on S&P Global Mobility new retail registrations using large pickup segmentation. Call 844-55-CHEVY or see dealer for details.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
Swings, it's a drive, deep left, it's heading back to the wall.